And now, for those of you who remember where we were like 10 minutes ago, we were hearing an amazing piece by Tim Brady, and now we are happy that Tim is joining us. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Folks in internet land.
Yeah, internet land. That's right. We have long memories in internet land. Your piece was so intense. It was really energetic and powerful and exciting, and I really loved it. So, can you tell us the title and how you came to make it?
Yeah, this one, there's no magic in it. When the lockdown started about 3 months ago, a guitarist in Italy, a man named Sergio Sorrentino, who I've known for many years, and he's another part of our little clique of new music guitarists. He just contacted me, saying, "Oh, I want to do some projects with some other guitarists around the world, so write me a piece." So I wrote this piece, and Sergio asked me to write it, so it's at Sergio's request. I wrote the piece. So
Nice.
it's really no more complicated than that.
But this
But
was
this
the
is the world premiere.
It was. I mean, I recorded it. Interestingly, in April when the lockdown started, I had been thinking, oh, maybe sometime this summer I'll find a couple of weeks to do a new solo guitar record.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden in April, I had nothing to do. So I actually recorded my new solo guitar record in April, and this piece will actually end up being on it. So kind of the whole thing came together.
now some people were probably wondering how you got all those sounds.
Years of practice. No, a few fancy pedals. To be honest, I mean, yeah, I had something to do with it, but there's like a pretty heavy distortion pedal. I think most people will recognize a distorted electric guitar. And then there was I'll go into guitar speak for those guitarists on. Then I had an Eventide H9 using the reverse reverb program, which I am addicted to. I would have it on all the time for every piece if I didn't have the modicum of good taste that I purport to have. And then there was another longer delay, and then there was a compressor and a detune chorus. End of nerd speak.
So you made this solo piece sound like many voices, but in fact you are writing for many guitars in other contexts. And if you can tell us a little bit about some of the larger, huge, massive guitar projects you've been doing.
Yeah, since 2014, I've been working a lot with these 100 guitar projects. I've done them in Montreal, in Toronto, in Vancouver, in Stratford, Ontario. I started writing it. The first one I wrote was in 2015. It was a celebration of the 100th anniversary of the birth of Les Paul, who was 102, who would have been 100 in 2015. So I kind of went, 100, Les Paul's 100. Let's make 100 guitars.
100 Les
And
Pauls.
no, we didn't have 100 Les Pauls. That would have been a whole different thing. And it went, I just had so much fun. The musicians played super well. And if you go on the internet, we actually have a very good video of that performance. You type in Tim Brady 2015 100 guitars. And the main thing was that the musicians, after, because we have about 15 professional musicians and the other 85 are amateur musicians, ranging. I mean, the youngest person who'd ever played with us is 11 years old. Can barely hold the guitar, but what the hell, play with us, is it? And after every performance, these amateur musicians have so much fun creating new music. It's like and this is one of the reasons I'm keeping it going, is because I keep getting emails. Tim, when's the next 100 guitar project? Tim, it's like, especially here in Montreal where we've done it the most, we have like 350 people on our waiting list to join the 100 guitars. Wow. It's crazy. So it's a lot of fun. The music is, and I don't hold back. I mean, obviously I have to write the music so that people who can't read very well can perform it. But it's not simple music. Our last production, which was very large, which is 150 guitars and a 36-minute piece, it was 36 minutes long in 4 movements with all sorts of complex syncopation and everything. And these people worked so hard. I had one guy who was, I believe, an accountant. He took a week's holiday before the show so he could practice every day to make sure he played well. They have so much fun. It's great fun. And we're talking to people around the world to try and bring it. Clearly, traveling around the world is a little less likely in the next 12 to 18 months. But, life goes on.
You could take a week off composing and then do that guy's taxes.
I think he played guitar better than I would do taxes, to be honest. I hope so, for his sake.
But I remember seeing a video, I think, of the piece with 100 guitars. And what I remember about it was in a giant space and the guitars were arranged all over. So it wasn't just like this wall of sound that came at you. It was this incredible spatial environment. And
absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm clearly, when you do 100 guitars, you have to be aware of Glenn Branca and Rhys Chatham's work, and I know their work, and I know them well. I knew Glenn a tiny bit, and I know Rhys somewhat. But I've done a few spatialized pieces over the course of my career, and I really like the idea. And the big thing was I wanted to use the guitar for two. It's a guitar orchestra. Like both Reese and Glenn often have a rhythm section, and so it's kind of like the world's biggest, most insane rock band. And I wanted this to be more like an orchestra, not like a rock band. So we have 4 conductors for each. And the idea is that the limitation of the electric guitar, it's only got 3 3/4 octaves. We don't have, you can use slides and stuff, but basically there's no way to create a bigger sense of space because we only got 3 3/4 octaves. So by putting people around and having the audience in the middle, we can actually orchestrate the space as another vector of transformation. So it actually make it, the pieces, though we only have 3 3/4 octaves, with the use of space, they actually end up feeling more like orchestral music because you have that movement. In the orchestra, you can have the piccolos going for a while, then you get the doubles, basses, and you get a sense of movement. So the space is a very important element to it. And it's also just super cool. Like I'm conducting and my group's going quiet, and then this hugely loud thing is just cross-fading literally through my body as the group in the back gets super loud. It's very unlike playing on stage because it's like having the world's best headphones.
Well, Tim, thanks so much. I mean, I hope we get to, hear that or be there or do it in New York sometime and be in the same room. It would be a lot. It'd be a great project, and it's been great to talk to you.
Thank you for the invitation. I really enjoyed it.
And thanks for playing that beautiful piece. And Sergio, you're probably listening. Thanks for asking Tim to write it.